Thank you for joining us today, Leo. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So to kick things off, let's start with a little bit about how you got into football, what inspired you to get into football, and why you're playing football now.
Yeah, so I've been playing football for 12 years. I started in kindergarten with flags at North Parkland. Then you go to 80s, 100s, 120s, 140s. I played throughout middle school, freshman. I spent time on JV, and now I'm on varsity, so I've been playing for around 12 years. But my brother and my dad both played football, so I think them kind of being in the sport wanted me to join it as well.
Nice. You talk about being on the football team for 12 years. What would you say your most memorable moment being a part of the Parkland program for so long would be?
It's kind of tough not to say winning district championship, but my sophomore year. But this past off season, we do this thing called Trojan War, which is usually a hard conditioning day for us. But our last one's kind of a fun competition, and we were inside pushing a sled when a bunch of kids' shoes were falling off, and they were kind of stopping and putting their shoes back on. And then this one young sophomore, his shoes fell off, and he tried to push in his socks, and he couldn't, and then he ripped all of his socks off. And the whole kind of Ox gym came together, like all 60, 70 of us started yelling at this kid, encouraging him to get across the line. It was just like cool team bonding experience. It was really fun.
That's super neat. This year has been quite different for the team. I mean, losing key players like Luke Spang and Trey Tremba, who you have played with before in the past. So having that team bonding is really nice, but besides that, what else would you say the transition for the team has been?
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, all those guys are really great players, and filling those shoes isn't easy, but a lot of guys have had to step into different positions, different roles on the team. So guys switching positions, learning new spots, it's been probably the biggest transition. Coaches switching up gameplay and offenses and defensive strategies has also kind of been a big role for us.
So now let's get into the upcoming game with Nazareth. So we won and lost to them last year. So coming into this game, what would you say your mindset would be, just knowing that you could go either way in this game?
Yeah, I mean, we come in with every week with kind of the same mindset that we're going to come out and play the best that we can. But this week especially, we know it's going to be kind of a dogfight that, hopefully a four-quarter battle going into the last play, like last year in the regular season or last year during playoffs. So we're prepared for a full game and a hard-fought battle all the way through.
What do you think the biggest challenge this game will be?
Keeping composure. We have kind of a history with Nazareth, obviously, and those games kind of tend to get chippy and a little chirpy. So staying to ourselves is kind of huge, and not getting caught up in everything that's going outside the game.
That's definitely important when you have people like Marquise who switch schools and you're playing against them, to keep that composure and just be chill.
Yeah, he's ultimately just another football player that we have to be prepared for.
We know that Nazareth is coming off of a loss from Freedom, and we lost to Freedom earlier in the season, so knowing that they're coming off of a loss and we're coming off of a win, how do you think this would affect our game?
Yeah, Freedom's a really good team, obviously, as they showed against us and Nazareth. And Nazareth was kind of getting through games pretty easily, and they looked like they had a lot of really good weapons, but I think Freedom kind of exposed some of their flaws. So it helps us out, realizing what we have to do, play clean football like Freedom did, and hopefully we can just mimic kind of what Freedom did and come out with a win.
As a captain, Leo, how would you say that you're going to be motivating your team this week and how you have in the past?
A big part of motivation is just energy. Football can be really hard, and sometimes wanting to be there is a struggle. So making sure that you have energy and you're making it fun so other people want to be there just makes everybody else want to be there as well. But I'm only one of 5 captains, and we have a whole group of kids that are, their sole purpose is to make sure everybody wants to be there and motivate everyone, so can't take all the credit for it.
So spending so many time with your teammates and your captains, what would you say that you love most about being a Parkland Trojan football player?
When you're a football player here, you automatically have like 60 to 70 friends. You see people in the hallways, you can say hi to them. You see them outside of school, you can say hi to them. It gives you a group to hang out with and a group of really good people.
Yeah, that's great, especially for oncoming freshmen. I'm sure it was very easy transitioning into the school and just making friends.
Yeah, especially for young kids, it's really easy.
Looking beyond our high school aspect, what would you say your goals or aspirations are? Are you looking to play football in college?
Yeah. I'm looking to try to play Division III football at a variety of different schools right now. I really haven't narrowed it down to anything specific, but I'm talking to a couple of schools, so hopefully I can make a decision on that pretty soon.
That's amazing, and I'm happy for you. So we're gonna end things with a game for the segment with rapid fire questions that I'm gonna ask you, and try your best to just, as fast as you can, have a response. Favorite football movie?
Longest Yard.
Thanks, guys. Pre-game ritual?
I always take my own risks before games.
Go-to hype song before a game?
Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
Nice. Favorite post-game meal?
Pizza.
Favorite game day tradition?
The end of our special teams meeting with Coach Roosh.
And if you could play any position beside wide receiver, what would you play?
Defensive end.
Nice. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you coming out, especially with the big game and everything. Best of luck to you, and I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course.